I am the voice that spoke before thunder learned its language. I am the hand that separated waters from waters and told the sea where to end and the sand where to begin. Do not mistake the sound of the wind for the sound of my will. Do not measure my power by the violence of weather. I do not submit to storms. Storms submit to me. When waves lift their shoulders as if to intimidate, I place my foot upon them and they become a road. When clouds gather their armies and knit black canopies across your sky, I cut windows through them with a word, and light passes like a king returning to his city. Hear me. I am stronger than the storm that has learned your address. I am nearer than the rain on your face and older than the fear in your bones. You have called certain seasons impossible, and you have named certain nights never-ending. You spoke these words because your horizon disappeared and your instruments failed. But I am not guided by horizons, and I own the instruments. I do not check the barometer before I bless you. I tell the barometer what to say. I am not a passenger on your boat, holding onto the rail to steady myself. I sleep in storms because storms are furniture to me, and I rise in storms because storms are servants to me. You have imagined me pacing with worry across heaven's balcony while lightning writes its angry script across your field. That is not my posture. I am seated. I am settled. I am sovereign. And from my seat I speak peace that travels faster than wind and farther than water. You think the storm is the headline? But the greater story is what I am building in you while the sky rehearses its noise. I am stretching the muscles of your trust until they can carry the weight of a future you cannot yet name. I am teaching your eyes to find me in low visibility and your ears to recognize my tone when the air is crowded. I am making a steady place in you where my word is anchor and hope is steel. You prayed for calm weather, and I heard you. But sometimes I answer by strengthening the sailor and not by quieting the sea. Sometimes I turn your deck into a sanctuary and your mast into a banner that reads, "The Lord is here." You have rehearsed catastrophe so long that imagination began to prefer disaster to deliverance. Now let me retrain it. Picture me standing on the swell that frightened you most, and hear the water confess. We are carried by command. Picture me walking the perimeter of your house with a lamp that does not go out, placing blessing on the threshold and rest upon your pillow. Picture me in the meeting where you thought you would drown in decisions, setting counsel on the table like bread still warm. I am not far. I am not late. I am not learning as I go. I am the author who does not run out of ink when pages get wet. You believe the lie that storms cancel purpose. They cannot. Purpose is not paper that disintegrates in rain. It is gold that brightens under pressure. I am not recalculating your destiny because the weather changed. I write in climates and against forecasts. I have plans that dig their roots deeper when winds try to tear them out. The enemy studies the weather. I appoint it. The enemy shouts with thunder. I speak through it. The enemy counts minutes of darkness. I invent morning and name it different every day. Do not call the storm God. It is not. It is a stage for my strength, a backdrop for my mercy, and a classroom for your courage. I address your body too, the shoulders that creep toward your ears, the stomach that knots itself into prophecy, the jaw that bites down on the future. Release them. Breathe by command, not by panic. Inhale my authority and exhale the script you learned from dread. Lift your head. You are not a reed whipped by wind. You are an oak whose roots I planted. Your chest is not a drum for fear to play. It is a sanctuary where my presence hums at a lower frequency than terror can hear. Practice stillness as obedience, not as performance. Do not perform calm, receive it. My calm does not require your pose, it requires your permission. You pray, Lord, end it. And sometimes I do. The wind folds its wings. The water remembers its level. The sky exhales. Sudden quiet like an emptied theater. At other times I answer differently. I repaint the storm with purpose, and what came to shake you becomes weight for your strength. You have survived winds that would have ruined a lesser trust. You have endured rain that could have rotted hope to the root if I had not wrapped my hand around it. I am teaching you to discern which storms to rebuke and which to ride. Wisdom will keep you from arguing with rain meant to water the field you planted with prayer. I speak to your house. Peace be upon these rooms. May doors swing on hinges of welcome and boundaries. May the hallway remember forgiveness and the table remember stories told without performance. May your bed hold sleep that is trust and not surrender to numbness. I assign angels to your windows the way gardeners set trellises, so that peace climbs where anxiety used to. I bless your work to be multiplied by favor rather than by frenzy. Let the walls learn a softer echo because my presence remains after weather passes. At the steady center of this word, I ask a simple human kindness. If this message is strengthening you, please like, comment, share, and subscribe so others who face loud weather can find this reminder too. Your small action may become a lamp on someone's storm-dark road. Return now with me to what waits. Do not measure obedience by applause. Measure it by alignment. Do not mistake adrenaline for anointing. My power is not hyperventilation. I can split seas, but I can also teach you to walk through rain without corrosion. I can hush hurricanes, but I can also place a canopy over your patience and call your endurance beautiful. Keep your pace with peace, not panic. When you do not know which task to choose, choose the smaller, faithful one. When the calendar cinches like a tightened fist, open your hand and ask for light enough for the next step. I supply light like a river, not like a flash that teases and disappears. Stay near the source. I address accusation, that thunder in a courtroom you never entered. It rehearses your failures as if they were prophecies. It uses weather to prove its case. If God were pleased, would the winds not obey? Answer it with mine own record. Say to your accuser, the wind already obeyed once in Galilee, and it will obey again when he wills. Until then, I obey him. Let this be your defense. The blood that speaks a better word than storm, the covenant that outlasts climates, the grace that keeps its appointment with tomorrow. You are not on trial. You are under oath to hope. You ask about the pace, and I answer. I will not waste you on frenzy. I am training you in the cadence of the unhurried strong. Walk as if you carry peace on a tray. Speak as if truth were precious and needs steady hands. Decide as if wisdom were a friend who does not shout. Rest as if the night shift belongs to someone who does not grow weary. I am that someone. I keep watch while you lay down your tools. I do not require you to sleep with one eye open in my kingdom. Do not despise hiddenness. Seeds do not accuse the soil when they cannot see the sun. They trust the dark to do its ministry. I am working in rooms without windows, in seasons without applause. When the time is right, the ground will crack in front of you and call it spring. Until then, be faithful. Faithfulness is waterproof. It endures rain without mildewing into resentment. It keeps appointments with small tasks. It refuses to confuse quiet with failure. Wear faithfulness like a coat. Storms recognize its authority and pass. I bless your companions, the ones I am sending and the ones I am pruning. I will subtract alliances that trained you to betray yourself and add friendships that speak to your purpose without flattering your pride. I will give you elders who anchor, peers who steady, and sons and daughters who carry the work forward without needing you to disappear. Do not apologize for the company of peace. The world is noisy with alliances forged in fear. I am crafting family by covenant. Walk with them. Weather breaks differently around a holy company. Now hear my benediction over the places that still tremble when thunder rehearses. You will not be managed by barometers. You will not be steered by forecasts. You will not be purchased by panic. You will not be delayed by counterfeit doors opened by wind. You will keep pace with grace. You will keep watch with wisdom. You will keep house with joy. And when night gathers its sirens and the water climbs the stairs of your imagination, you will stand in the middle of your room and say what I say. Peace, be still. You will not shout to feel powerful. You will speak to be accurate. The storm will remember who owns the deed to this atmosphere and give ground. I am stronger than the storm. I was before its first rumor, and I will be after its last echo. I am not nervous about the clouds, and I am not impressed by the waves. I am the Lord who rides on the wings of the wind and writes mercy across the sky after rain. When the future clears and the streets shine, do not forget who kept you. Build your altar. Bless your neighbors. Eat your bread with joy. And when another weather system gathers at some horizon, do not enter into negotiation with fear. Return to this truth and let it govern the room. I am, and I remain, stronger than the storm.